Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. Today I'm going to show you different ways that you can make home decor using these Dollar Tree wood boxes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, and now let's craft. These are most of the Dollar Tree boxes. Now these are the ones I picked out. They have 3 of these different sizes: small, medium, and large. They also carry this other one right here, but this is a little bit higher. They also carry the wood crates and the wood trays. Starting with my first project, I will be using one of these Dollar Tree wood hanging decor shelves. I will not be using the string or the ring. The first thing I'm going to do is just remove the plastic, and then I'm going to set this to the side. For the wood box I will be using, it is going to be the wood tray. For this wood tray, I'm going to gently remove one of the sides. It is pretty easy to remove off, but you just have to be very careful so it doesn't break. For this next step, honestly, it is optional, but it looks so much better if you do add it. Now I am going to add a popsicle stick at the bottom. I'm going to measure it and then cut it and then glue it. This is going to cover the hole at the bottom. Like I mentioned earlier, it is totally optional, but it does make it look a lot better. And as you can see, it does look so much better. Now I'm going to also add some Jenga blocks. I'm only adding 2 of them, but if you want this to be more secure, I do recommend you adding more than 2. So now I'm going to add the wood box or the wood tray to the shelf. And I'm going to add it more towards the bottom, covering 2 of the holes. And I'm using hot glue, but I do recommend you using wood glue as well. And this is how it looks. Now you can paint it whatever color you like. I had mixed black paint and water and made like a dark stain. I love how this color turned out once it was dry. It looks like a grayish, blackish, I don't know, but I think it looks so pretty. So now to decorate this a little more, I will be adding some of this burlap ribbon, which I got from Hobby Lobby. I am going to add some to the box, and I'm going to add it to the wood shelf, like at the top of it. As you can see, there is holes right there. I am going to cover those. Now I am covering these because I am going to use a sawtooth hook on the back, but honestly, you don't have to cover them. Just make like a little hanger for this instead. Now to finish this off, I will be making a bow out of the same ribbon, and I will be adding it to the box. And that is it. The last thing I added was some of this beautiful greenery, and the best part about this is that you can use this all year round just by switching the greenery. For my next project, I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree wood crates. I'm going to start by removing the sticker, and I had trouble with the second box. It was kind of hard for me to remove the sticker, but I did manage to get it off. Now the next thing I did is I removed the sides to one of them first, and I wasn't careful and I almost ended up destroying the entire thing. As you can see, I removed one of the sides, but I am going to glue it back on there before I move on. Moving on to the next crate, I was having trouble once again removing it, so instead of like trying so hard with my hands, I decided to use the hammer, and honestly this helped it so much. So now I'm going to attach these together using hot glue, but to secure them some more, I'm going to use the pieces that I removed on the sides and just glue them in the inside. The holes that you see at the bottom, I personally don't mind them, so I'm going to just leave them like that. But if you like mind them or don't like how that looks, you can totally add another piece of wood and add it on the inside or the outside. Now I'm going to do the same thing and paint this, but this time I added a little bit of the antique wax. That's why you kind of see like the brown in there with black and water. And this is how it looks once it's dry. Look how beautiful this turned out. Now I felt like it needed something else. That's why I'm going to use one of these galvanized tags that I got from the Dollar Tree and add this little transfer piece on here. This little transfer piece is also from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to decorate my planter first using this jute twine. I'm going to just wrap it around a couple of times. I'm going to glue the first part, and before I glue the last part, I am going to put the tag through the string and let it hang. Then I'm going to just glue the other end. To finish this off, I will be making a bow using the jute twine and add it to my tag. The last thing I did was just add some greenery to this, and that is it. Look how beautiful this planter turned out. For my next project, I will be using some of these boxes. I will be using a small and the medium. And honestly, this is like the easiest project of all of them. All I did was just glue these together like this way. I left the sticker there for a reason. That is because since I am a crafter, I like to reuse my stuff. So later on, whenever I want to reuse it, all I have to do is take these apart and the glue, it's not going to mess up the boxes because it's on the sticker. But anyways, once I am done gluing this, I am going to paint this once again. I will be using the same little method, the water with a little bit of black and the Waverly Antique Wax. And that is it. Look how beautiful this little thing turned out. Honestly, you can use it so many different ways. I am going to just use it as a little tray, but you can use it as like a planter or honestly whatever you like. But look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using these boxes, but I'm using the medium size. And I'm using some leftover square dowels that I had, but honestly, these are just from a Dollar Tree canvas. It's the frame. I took it apart and I cut it to size. Now these 3 pieces are from the frame, but these other 2 are from a dowel I grabbed at Michael's, which was very inexpensive. So honestly, it's probably easier and better to grab the dowel at Michael's. But if you want to do everything from Dollar Tree, then use the canvas frame. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these and make them all the same size. So now I have 4 of these square dowels. They're all the same size. For this next step, I will be adding a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of the dowel and then add it to the corner. Now, I'm only adding a little bit like I mentioned earlier. I do like to reuse my stuff, but I do recommend you either adding a whole bunch of hot glue or just adding wood glue. I added the dowels in all of the 4 corners. Then with the other box, I am going to add it at the top. And this is how it looks. As you can see, it is a lantern. So now I'm going to paint this. I am using the Waverly Antique Wax because the dowels were already painted that way. So I will be adding this little wooden bead that I already had at the top. And that is it. So now I'm going to just decorate my lantern by adding this wreath and this Dollar Tree LED candle. But that is it. Look how cute this turned out. And that is it for today. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching and until next time, bye.